back to you, Prof. You were speaking about the military and what they actually do, and how we should not necessarily be in a hurry to use them in such situations. We have per that report the recommendation that the military actually review the actions of Lieutenant Opoku Adusei and his team for the, and I'm quoting here, inappropriate use of force. Should we be punishing these officers of the military when in fact this is what they do? Like you rightly said, when they go into situations, they are going to quell whatever is happening. They are not there to, you know, disperse crowds and the rest. Are we taking the right measures in this regard?
No, I think once more the military is being used as a scapegoat, actually for political failures and for political security governance decision making. When you move the military, they do not move in a COVID emergency vehicle. That decision, as Honorable Tobu is saying, circumvented and circumscribed the established protocols and structure and format of the National Security Council, trickling down to the regional level. Yeah. So the recommendations about expansion of police stations, police personnel, what to do with the military, all those or parts of them are contained in the Ejura Committee report. Okay, implementation is our issue here. Okay, and we like to talk, we like to wax, we like to scream and shout. Okay, Honorable Togo and I and you will be having these conversations. I've got to run now. I've got some students waiting, and I hate to keep them long in my office. So Honorable Tobu is in your hands, and I'm sure he will deal with all the questions. Until we implement, we will continue having these conversations, probably a few more before the next elections.
Right before you take leave of us, Prof, I totally respect what you've said, but I just wanted to find out, when the victims, the two deceased, their families, they say compensation, and those injured, they've also spoken of compensation. What would be adequate compensation in a sense like this? I just want you to wrap up on that point.
You can compensate for a lost life based on the competence and irresponsibility of people who fail to take the decision that they ought to have been taken. Right. Probably the first step in compensating those people is to make sure that those who fail in making the appropriate decisions are punished, first and foremost. That will assuage their pain. And then when you top up with some decent amount of money, pay school fees, take hospital insurance, calculate what those who have lost their lives would have gained over, say, 60 years of living,
right,
and top that certain percentage of inflationary growth. Then I think you are beginning to talk.